So you've decided to buy your roof, you've hired a contractor, now you want to know when the darn thing's going to get done. Hi, I'm Jack Moore, CEO West Roofing Systems. Today we're going to be talking about scheduling and all the interesting aspects that go into scheduling your roofing project. The sooner the better, as in the case for most things. A good contractor who's been respected in the community for a significant amount of time is typically going to have a backlog. So the sooner you can get on the schedule, the more opportunity you're going to have to work with that contractor to get the timing that you would prefer. You can lock in a roofing contractor in that early time of year at a oftentimes more competitive rate. They're a little bit hungrier, they don't have a full backlog, and that's just how the contracting business works. Well, if you lived in Southern California, it'd be the perfect place to be installing roofs on a daily basis. 70 degrees, 40-50% humidity, and a nice cool breeze. Not only is it optimum for the material, it's optimum for the applicators as well. But seriously, talking about spray polyurethane foam, you've got two parameters that are key. Well, three. One is the low side of the ambient temperature. So when you get down to about 50 degrees ambient, that starts to be the kind of the low level of what you're going to be able to utilize to put down a good spray foam roof system. Now, just because it's 50 degrees outside in the forecast doesn't mean that it's optimum roofing application. You might only see that for a couple hours during the day. Some of your roof area might be in sun, metal, you got heat sinks, so foam loves heat. So the other side of that is too much humidity in the air. So when you get into the far south and you get into those 70, 80, 85 plus humidity days, you've got to be a little bit concerned because you're injecting a little bit too much moisture into the application of this foam, and you could end up with some physical characteristics issues. So other than that, heat is not an issue. Foam loves heat. The more heat you can put at it, as long as the humidity isn't too high, it's just going to help with the application. Fortunately for us, materials aren't as big of a driving force in scheduling as they are in other systems. Past decade or so, the polyurethanes have been readily available. They're typically either on the manufacturer's warehouse floor, one of their distribution centers. Typically we're looking outside edge of a 7-day lead time. Now there are some products where you get into the late part of the season that could be under inventoried, and you could be looking at 3 to 4 weeks. The good contractors that have been out there for a long time, they've got a repeat customer base. Who the customer is has a lot of bearing. And then sometimes it's just the facility altogether that has a significant impact on the scheduling. There's, when you work for hospitals and they need something done on the heart transplant center, they need it done now. And if you don't agree to fit them into the schedule, make those adjustments, they're going to go to the next contractor. Again, some of those relationships have been there for a long time, but that has a kinetic impact to the schedule. So if you plug somebody in for a week or two, that bumps everybody back. Our schedule is fluid. We do it in dry erase. We don't put anything in ink because as soon as we write it down, it changes immediately. Like with any other business, you've got different skill sets within your team. So you've got, in our world, we have guys who are inclined to manage 20 guys on a roof on 100,000 square feet. And then we've got guys who really love going in and knocking out to 2,000 and 3,000 square foot roofs. And that's really where their mindset is it's set up, go in, knock it out, go to the next one. All the project managers, all the salesmen, we all get together and we discuss these logistics. Everything from the time of the year, the location of the project, the type of customer, the need, what's their budget look like, even payment terms come into play. All these things go in together, and then really at the end of the day, we have to boil it down to what's best for us and the customer and try to come up with the best solution that works in everybody's favor. You got to understand that the roofing industry is fluid. We can pick a range of days and say we're targeting that. We like to try to get ahead of schedule as much as possible, but 3 days of rain on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday has a significant impact. It has an impact on our team, has an impact on the customers, of course. We'll work a little bit, try to make those days up. We kind of schedule those days into the schedule. We use historical document or records to try to figure out what that's actually going to look like. So we're working as efficiently as we can, but things change. Don't be afraid to politely talk to the contractor, gain an understanding. We'll do our best to communicate what's going on, and we're going to get there. We'll get you taken care of.